Before we get started, I have a public announcement. As the recording of this video, I have 994 YouTube subscribers, 6 away from reaching my goal of 1,000. I was hoping to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I am halfway through the year and I'm almost at the goal. It's crazy. Honestly, I was so happy with just having 100 subscribers. I never thought I'd reach 1,000. So this is crazy. I love screenwriting. I love talking about screenwriting. And it's amazing to see that there are a lot of other writers out there who just love screenwriting. And so the first 6 people who are watching this, please subscribe so you can help me get to the goal of 1,000. Thank you. Now let's get started. Welcome back to Watch Me Write, where every week I write 5 pages for my first screenplay. Then I discuss the previous 5 pages. This week, we're going to talk about pages 86 through 90. Last week, we left y'all where Kafella, he was outside of Mr. Han's shop. He was looking for something. So we pick up again from this scene. This time, Mr. Han sees Kafella. He's nervous. He goes inside his store. He sees the card, the police card that Detective Andrew had left for him previously. He told him that if you have any information about anything, please give me a call. We see Mr. Hans picking up the card. He does have some information. If you recall, the boys initially jumped Damon right outside of Mr. Hans' deli, and Mr. Hans saw them jumping Damon. At first he didn't want to say anything because obviously he was scared, but now he decides to say something because he thinks that the detectives will protect him. We leave the scene where Mr. Han looking at the card and just staring at it. We jump straight into the high school where Kafella is in a room having a conversation with one of his teachers. She informs him that he needs to pass a class in order to graduate. She's been noticing he's been slacking lately. He's been late to school. He hasn't been passing his test. Kafella's not really saying much. Obviously, he has a lot on his mind. While this conversation is happening, police lights are reflected on the teacher's face and the cops come to the school to arrest the boys. After the cops come to the high school to arrest the boys, they are now at the police station being interrogated by Detective Andrew and Detective Wallace. Detective Andrew and Wallace are asking the boys all sorts of questions about Damon's murder, but the boys are not saying anything. As the interrogation scene continues, I use a bit of trope with the whole good cop, bad cop. I wrote this screenplay a long time ago, and as you know, most interrogation scenes have the good cop, bad cop. That's been overused so many times, so I may go back and change it, but for now, this is how it is. Detective Wallace is the good cop and Andrew's the bad cop. Andrew, being the bad cop that he is, he tries to work on Chris first. Andrew realizes Chris might be the weakest link out the crew. He tries to get him to fold. However, surprisingly, Chris is remaining strong and he's not saying anything. Now we jump back to the good cop, Detective Wallace. Detective Wallace feels that he has a genuine relationship with Kafella. As such, he tries to use that to his advantage. He tells Kafella he knows what happened where Damon hit him over the head with a beer bottle. He tells Kafella that he understands if his brother influenced them to try and get revenge on Damon. Detective Wallace continues to highlight Jamal as the bad influencer. Kafella, though, he's remaining silent and neutral. He's not saying anything. We jump back to the bad cop, Detective Andrew, who is now interrogating Jamal. Detective Andrew tells Jamal that, look, I visited your pops and I was questioning him about Damon's murder, and your pops was quick to point out Kafella had nothing to do with Damon's murder. However, he didn't say the same thing about you. Obviously, Andrew is hitting below the belt. Jamal is hurt, but he tries to stay strong. He tells Andrew that you will never turn me against my brother. We've seen this before. Jamal does care about his brother. Although he may not show it to Kafella, he does care about his brother. That is it for pages 86 through 90. Next up are pages 91 through 95. If you think about writing your first screenplay, go to your favorite app store, download Stratword. Fade out.